remove the skull, you have the brain. Let me get a good angle on this. Let's see, let's put it here. No, there you go. So this here is a brain. This is just a model of the brain, and what you have to know, I think, for this video is just, you know, it has, so here we have essentially, so I'm sorry, this is the front part, this is the back part, and is the lighting good? Yes, there you go. You have to know, you know, we'll go through it now, but this is the cerebrum, cerebral cortex, and it's responsible for a lot of different functions, as you will see, in thinking, in processing sensory and motor information. And we have the cerebellum here. That's the frontal part. There you go. This is underneath, you know, when you look, this is my brain here. Then we can see, you know, the brainstem and the cerebellum, the two hemispheres which split like this. Look at this. I'm sorry, this would be the, let me try and, yes, so I'm sorry, this would be the right hemisphere, this is the left. When you look on the inside, of course, let's look at that one. So these are all the different components which you have to know. We'll cover these in this video. The frontal cortex, we have the occipital lobe, we have the parietal lobe right here, and then the main part of the midbrain, the limbic system, which we'll talk about. And I'll actually show you I'll show you. By the way, if you want this, I'll put a link if you want to buy it. I'll go down Amazon. It's kind of helpful. It's foam. You can like squeeze it, and you know. But I'll show you the actual diagrams, which I think is a lot better. So here we have the cerebrum, parietal lobe, frontal lobe, temporal lobe, occipital lobe, visual perception. Please download the PowerPoint, and then you can print that out, put it on your wall or something. I don't know, but you should know all these areas and what they're involved in. You should know cerebellum, the brainstem, cerebellum, posture, motor learning, brainstem, you know, breathing, reflexes, control. The thalamus, which is a sensory relay, the cortex, and there's the cortico-thalamic tracts, which you have to know about, not for A-level. If you do first year neuroscience, you will have to know about these. Hypothalamus, it's important for autonomic behavioral patterns. It works closely with the endocrine system. Limbic system will cover more in section 5, the fifth video, which will be on cognitive and behavioral neuroscience. We'll look at the limbic system in more detail. We'll look at the hippocampus and the amygdala. Hippocampus especially, that's what I specialize in. And it's involved memory, episodic memory, visual spatial learning, short-term episodic information. We have spatial navigation, also imagination as well. And there's been recent work on that by that guy, Demis Hassabis, Ellen Maguire, UCL. We'll cover this more in actually section 5 on cognitive neuroscience, and then section 6 on computational neuroscience. And the sensory cortex you have to know about, and also how it's interconnected with the frontal cortex, the prefrontal areas, and also the motor areas, which are involved in volition, in wanting to do moves, in planning and deciding to do moves based on sensory information, planning and decision, wanting the motivation for moves, and sending out motor commands to initiate movements and executing them. Okay, this you have to know for university. At A-level, well, you should know the motor cortex, I think, and the basal ganglia, subcortical regions involved in the control and the controlling movements. There's an additional level of control and also the stopping movements that are executed. Yes, that's it for that. And I did that for my project for university like 2 years ago. It is just a rendition using the excellent piece of software, the 3D Allen Brain Atlas of the human brain. It's fantastic, and because I worked on the hippocampus, that's why it's highlighted there. But it's great. Go on the links. The Allen Institute do incredible work in neuroscience, and you know, you can donate to them. You can just check out the website. They do incredible work. Definitely check it out. The software is incredible, and it's very useful if you're learning, you know, you're studying the brain. You can rotate the I'll actually you know what, I'll do a separate video on this just to show you different types of software that you can get on the internet for education and research purposes. I'll do a separate video actually, because they're all very helpful.